Hello everyone. Today I'll show you how to install Google Antigravity on a MacBook. But overall the procedure for Windows will be similar. First of all, type in Google Antigravity and follow this link right here, antigravity.google. Now we just need to download it. So it sees we're on a MacBook on Windows. It'll show you're on Windows and offer to download. Click download, choose our version for Mac OS, or in your case, it might be Windows. For me, it's Mac OS Apple Silicon. I'm downloading it to the applications folder. Total downloaded is 187 megabytes. Let's install the program and then launch our program. Well, for those who don't know Antigravity, what's it for? It's an IDE system where we actually create files in our program's structure. So if you're already working in, say, Visual Studio Code, a popular IDE, you can import various files from it. But overall, this can be done later by just selecting your project folders. So I'll prefer to start fresh here. So on this screen, we are asked to choose the type of assistance in Google Antigravity, meaning the type of AI agent that will help us. It's recommended that we choose the type of AI agent that will ask us what to do. We'll have to confirm, yes, but it won't ask us at every single step. Unlike, for example, the strict mode option, meaning for every step, every change, it will ask us. That's not very convenient. Just as agent-driven development probably isn't very convenient. That is, it's a mode where it'll do everything for us without asking or coordinating. And for now, I think AI agents haven't reached the level to act in such a way. Maybe sometime in the future that will happen. So we'll leave the recommended option here and also click Next. On this screen, I'll also prefer to leave everything unchanged because these settings can always be changed later if needed. And now, one of the main features of Google Antigravity is that you need to register via a Google account. In some countries, Google restricts the use of this tool. So if you have multiple accounts, choose the one not linked to a country with restricted use of Google Antigravity. If you don't know how to check which country your Google account is linked to, I'll show you how and where to check that later. I'm clicking to register, choosing the account and confirming. It shows that we've been successfully authenticated, meaning we've successfully logged in. I forgot to mention at the start that for this procedure to be successful, it's better to use the Google Chrome browser. It interacts best with Google Antigravity. During installation, it pulls in everything necessary that's needed. It signs into your Google account automatically, so go ahead and use it. We click Open Antigravity app, and it shows us that this account is not eligible to use Antigravity. Why might this have happened? For example, you've been in a country for a long time where Google Antigravity doesn't provide access, and it saw that you were in that country and is restricting your access accordingly. Let's figure out right now how to fix this issue. To do this, we go to the Google Chrome browser and enter this line. I'll leave the link in the video description, and we see that we've been identified as a user from Russia. But we're saying that we're not in Russia, but in the country where you actually are, where your IP address is. For me, it's the Netherlands, and you choose the reason why it turned out that Google identified you as a user from Russia. In my case, it's because I travel frequently. And we click the confirm button. Our request has been submitted, and within half an hour, they should change our region for this account. We'll receive a notification about this at our email address. If for one reason or another Google hasn't changed your region, then overall you can use good old Visual Studio Code as your development environment. There you can connect various neural networks such as OpenCode, Claude Code, Cursor. I'll talk about these options for development using AI agents in future videos.